Okay, we're ready to move on with the build. And again, this is for shipment number 14. And this had issues 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80. If you want to know what's in the shipment, I did an unboxing video and I show you absolutely everything that comes with this shipment. So we're going to move right on to the build. The first issue is issue number 75. So we got some lights. That's everything. We got a light strip. We got a power cord. And we have, let's see, service and corridor superstructure. And, okay, we also have the windows. I think that's everything in there, yep. Okay, so what I like to do is we can push on one side to rotate the frame because the connections are on top of the bottom, and then we just kind of flip them over, and when you twist it they come right out. Very simple, and they break in a perfect spot. They break off close to the window frame, so you can either use a knife or you can do it that way. Alright, and we're going to put all of these into the windows, and we're going to use a little bit of the super glue. And we're going to start with one side, and we're going to put just a little bit Here we are. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. And I want to use the toothpick so it doesn't just gob everywhere. There, hopefully you guys can see the windows. And this is for the service and the corridor. The service corridor superstructure. So we got all that in. Alright, now what we got to do is we're going to put it into place. I actually like the forceps. Alright. Ever so slightly and gingerly. This is going to go back where the aft grand staircase is. And it's going to go right here. So we're going to take this, let's gingerly put this down. Again, we're going to be using the AP screws. Here, and that kind of fits into position. And again, we're going to use AP screws. We're going to need 4 of them. There. So let me show you guys in the light. Looking pretty good. I think that's it with this section. I think we're going to put the light in. Yeah, looks like we're going to put the light in the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in just like that. And then it's going to kind of click into place. So hopefully you guys can see the board, the circuit board. It clicks into place. You don't really need to glue this because it stays in position, and we're going to light the aft grand staircase. And we're not supposed to do anything with this cable as of yet. So that looks like that's it. So we're ready to move on to number 7. This is a bigger section. And we got another little light strip. We got the windows, we got the AP screws, and we got the walls. So there's a lot more windows on this that we're going to be putting in. But there's 2 in the front. And I think these are going to be facing towards the aft end of the ship. Or actually, these will be facing the aft end of the ship, the section with the little ladders. So you can see what we got in this issue. And this is going to be a lot of windows. Alright, so let's get them all off. The tree, like we did last time, and what I'll do is I'll group them into different sections. And these will go in their own pile. Alright. And we got these 2 little ones that's going to go on the ends. There. That's all the windows. And we're going to group all these together. Alright. So these are the ones, the larger ones. Use the forceps for these. Okay, so we got the ones on the end. We've got, and they're all different sizes, by the way. These are a different size than those. And then in the middle sections, we have the square ones. And let's see. We're gonna it's gonna be like a T. Hopefully you can see these in. I think I'll put the side ones in. So we have the really tiny little ones that go on either side of the door. All right, now we can start to think about doing the other side. So we'll start at the left. Okay, so we're finished, and we let the glue dry. You can see there are different windows. Look at these beautiful windows. They're arched, but they're wider. We have the little circles on top. And then we have the ones that are shaped like the cross. And we have the other arched windows, the larger ones. We have them on the side as well, the larger arched windows, and we continue with that, and we go back into the cross windows, and then back in the front where we have those larger arch windows with the circles, and we come finally to the other side, and these are the little tiny arch windows where the door is and where the ladders are. Okay, so that's all set. You can see it's a lot of the windows. So finally, we're going to put it in on the deck now. So we're going to get our deck back. So these with the door, the ladders, and the bulkhead, this is going to be going facing the back. We're going to bring this down and kind of lock it into place. And again, we're going to have AP screws. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to use 12 of them. At least for this deck, let's see, this is promenade deck. Yeah, it looks like this is the last structure, the walls that are going to go on that. I think what we're going to do next is we have to put those supports for the top. So let's see, we're going to go, yep, we're going to put these in. And that's going to follow the wall. It's going to come out so you can actually walk around and walk in. Let's see. Well, that's solidifying. It looks like we're going to put a light strip next to the other one that we had done. So this is going to go abut right to the other one. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put it into, let's see, J2. We're going to flip this over. So this is going to go here. So we're going to do the same thing. I like to put it in the bottom first, and then what we do is we kind of click it into place. Okay, so we got the barricades in, or the supports, and then we have the light strip on the bottom, and it's going into J2, and that goes into 75C. So that looks pretty good. And it looks like we have to run some jumpers now, kind of like we did for the other one. So we have J3. The J3s are going to connect with 74C. And that's going to run around this. And it's going to go down into the other J3. So that's going to go right here. So yeah, that's going to stay out of the grand staircase. So now we got to do J2 and jump it to J1. So here's J2. So, alright, so we put this one, and this one on. Let's see, do we have to put any others? And that looks like it's going to connect the J3s on the other side. Grand staircase in the front, because we don't want that showing. All right, now everything looks like is in place. And we're going to put this on the looks like to the second part. Yeah. What it's supposed to look like. And you can see the light is pretty slight. It's going to light up the grand staircase. Very subtle, just like it is at the forward grand staircase. So that's a good thing. Looks like the light bulb is sticking out a lot more in the front one. Anyway, everything is tested and it's working, and that's the important. And that's the completed work. We're ready to move on to issue number 77, and we're going to start working on the hull. So in this one, we got the bottom piece of the hull, and I think we have those kind of a pain, those little washers, and we have the R.M.S screws. All right. So let's bring the hull. We got the beautiful section that we've been working on. Okay. So, I think first thing we got to do is we got to get the Allen wrench. And there's going to be an R.M.S screw. And we're going to put a washer on it. I wonder why we didn't have washers for the other parts. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the washer on the screw first. That might be a smart way to go. Yeah. And now we'll put it in place. There. We got this section all done. And that's it. Because now we're going to get the other section from 78, and that's going to be the black part of the hull. And let's see, this is going to go just like this. These are going to go under. Just like that. And we're going to use washers on everything, right? Yeah, they're all going to get a washer and an R.M.S screw. And now we're going to do the same thing for these three. So we'll put washers on the screws, then we'll put them in place. The easiest way for me, wet the tip of my finger, bring it up, and then just slip it onto the screw and just put it in place. Here we are. Let me swing her around. You guys can see the section that we just did. So let's bring it all the way to the bow. See how big the hull is starting to get? And I'm thinking maybe this is a little over halfway, but look how beautiful that is. Okay, and that was everything. So I think we're going to move on to issue number 79, and we're going to do the red section on the other side now. This is going to go right here, just like that. Beautiful. And we need the R.M.S screws. How many are we going to need? One? Alright. Let's see, do we have any washers left? Here. Alright. And that's everything. Completed work. And finally, we're going to go on to step 80. So these are going to go underneath. angle out, and they're going to attach to the black section of the hull. Alright, that one's done. So now we're going to need 3 more, and we're going to secure them to the bottom part of the hull, to the red section. Alright, that's done. And that's the completed work. And don't look now, we just completed all the work for the build of shipment number 14 for the R.M.S. Titanic. So let me show you guys the work we had done. You can see the hull. The anchor we put on the Titanic. And then going all the way across, all the way to the section that we just did. So let me turn it around and we'll show you the port side, the area. And we're going to start at the bow. Incidentally, this plate that says Titanic, that's 50 feet long. So that's just to give you an idea of the size of this ship. And all the plates that we just put on. And this thing is getting pretty hefty, so I'm thinking in the next shipment, these pieces over here are going to have brackets just like this angle for you guys. How beautiful that is. Coming around, and we put the little supports, the walls up for the upper boat deck. And you can see the windows in the back. And we also, let's see what section, right over here as well. Yeah. So it's going to go like that. So my friends, that was shipment number 14. So until shipment number 15, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.